We will do it live.
You might want to change the camera and go there.
Yes. Folks, we're going to have a rough start to the stream because we are getting right into the next match here, so bear with us while we get the technical specs in order. As you can see, we have transitioned over to lanes 19 and 20. My name is Greg Guyar. Alongside me is Kevin Burns, and we are here on Candlepin Bowling Network to bring you the semifinals of the ICC 2022 tournament.
This is against the top-seeded team of Lucky Strike against Massachusetts, but we are not going to say their real name. First on the line on lane 20 is Dave Godwin, and up first on lane 19 is Josh Rio. Rio draws 3. Oh, Rio starts off with a strike.
Oh, baby. We are off and running.
Godwin almost picks his up. The lineup for Lucky Strike is Dave Godwin, Chris Bovier, Josh Surratt, Dave Barber, and Sean Baker. And Dave Godwin with the 10. For Mass, we have Josh Rio leading off, Aaron Barnes, a.k.a. Lloyd Christmas, and Matt Susi, Nick Leach, and Joe Lester. And Godwin drops 6.
Folks, a lot of dropped frames at the outset here. I'm going to keep an eye on the network here, but we don't have the Ethernet cable at the current moment.
Rio almost doubles up, drops 9, at least the 7th pin.
And if the connection continues to be too poor, we are recording this match and we'll re-upload it later one way or another if it becomes significantly bad. Okay, with that disclaimer, let's put Godwin's first 10 on the board. Not quite a spare, though.
No.
Rio's off to a good start.
Rio came in the last match that you just saw on Candlepin Bowling Network, filled in for Peter Crawford, and went and carrying that over from his last match. All right, up on the line is Chris Bovier and Austin Barnes.
So folks, please share the link to wherever you usually share Candlepin content. We appreciate that, so that everyone knows that we are live with the semifinals right now. In the first of 3 strings. I'm just realizing this is incorrect.
Chris Bovier comes out of leader lanes. High single is a 200, did that twice. Chris drops 5. Austin drops, takes out the triangle.
Hallelujah, the Wi-Fi's holding up. I don't believe in jinxes, although I could jinx it anyway.
Bovier!
Hey!
Almost. Well, Lucky Strike used to be the lanes that Hall of Famer Jim Barber and the Barber family used to own in Mass. Chris with the 10. Austin with the 9. Chris Bovier on lane 20. First ball, 3-1 split. Austin Barnes
Riding the hot hand right now. He had a great last string.
threw a 145 his last string. Team Masters knocked off Maria subs.
I'll have a programming note in just a moment. First, we watch Bovair. Just rip through. Needs pins on this one. 3 Lonely Islands. Barnes. Oh, he tailed away. Just. That left to right break. Not unusual. I just happen to keep commenting it whenever it's his turn. Giving us a lot to talk about so far.
Yeah, 7 for Chris.
All right, so a good shot would pick up 3 here immediately. No,
And
8.
Austin with an 8 for a 17.
On we go. So a programming note I mentioned. So right now, we have Team Outlaws facing Team Academy Lanes. These very same Academy Lanes, of course, out of Haverhill, Massachusetts, that sponsored that team. And that match is also going on. Should be going live on Candlepin Bowling Network at the same time on Facebook and YouTube. You can watch that match, of course.
Jess Surratt drops 8, leads to 1 and a 9.
And then Ali Chat is setting up actively as we speak, getting ready to do the final match between the winner of this match and the other, obviously.
Which means we get the rest of the day off.
About time. We heard Paul Grant earlier. Man, he's been going at it. There is no off switch with Paul Grant. Bless him.
I don't know how he still has the force after all the matches he's covered this week. Jess Surratt with a 10. Susie with a 9. I just want to point out, here's something funny. Chris Bovair bowls out of Leader Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. And Mass this year is being represented by Leader Lanes in Nashua.
The guy who did the Stars and Strikes scoreboard there.
Yeah, he used to be the mechanic at Leader Lanes.
Ooh, that's a sidewall bounce. Look at that 3-pin drop, too. 1-2. Both of them with 2-pinners. Jeff Surratt, who has dominated many a tournament and TV show out of Leda Lanes, including the Easter Classic, including Stars and Strikes.
He won the Eastern Classic tournament 4 years in a row.
By the way, that's a great spare by Susie. Spare thought, Surratt just punched that pin and it came screaming back out. I very seldom see it do that. What power. $10.
And Surratt with the 10. So far you have 5 10s and 1 7 for Team Lucky Strike.
How about that?
But it's still a 9-pin match. Anything can happen here. Do not count Lucky Strike out. They dominated the round robin this.
They'll need marks, but the pins will give them the foundation to come back in it.
Dave Barber is up. Jobs 8. Nick Leach.
Ooh,
Nick Leach shots up with the strike.
you heard that goodbye yell.
And of course, Peter Crawford is acting like Peter Crawford.
What's going on? You need those character guys. I mean, he called it all the way. He knew. Nick Leach off to the perfect start.
Barber is looking for advice on this shot.
Okay.
I really don't know where to play this because he got.
I want to speak. I don't want to influence his shot, but there's wood in front there. He could spin it. It's the 8 and the 10. Let's see. Right side, yes.
First spot for Lucky Strike.
I love it when they pick my shot because I have no idea.
Sean Baker is on deck. He just went up against Chris Sargent this past Sunday in a very, very close match.
Oops. Internet dropout here.
Oh, what a 9. 19 after 1.
Still filling the strike is Leach.
All over. 2 in a row for Dave Barber.
9 drop. I'll leave the smudge up. So that's that's 6 for Leach. Couldn't pick up more on the strike. Dave Barber kick-starting his team.
And an 8 for Nick Leach. 24 after 2.
Basically the equivalent of punching a spread eagle and then getting the 10 out, something like that.
Yeah,
24 all the same.
Yeah.
Sean Baker, the guy who accepted an invitation to be on Candlepins for Cancer and then qualified for the actual stepladder. That's how good he is. And now, in the semifinal at Worlds, 9.
Drops 9.
Nice ball, Joe.
Joe drops 8. Joe's been on fire since last night. And a spare for Baker.
Lister is waiting because that wood is being a little pesky and just moving that a little bit every single time. It's basically the same angle, but I have to wait for the wood to stop. Yes, it's gone. Lister, the man who narrowly missed 400 last match, so did Susie. Susie and Leach combined almost for a 400 in that 3 slot. Joey Lister with that double in the 8th box, excuse me. Ended up with 395 all his own.
Baker. 9 drop. 19 after. Straight through the middle.
Work it out, Joe.
It's the second 19 box already for Lucky Strike.
Oh, Baker just missed. Just missed. Right through the uprights. Folks, we are going to update you on the other match that's going on here. I'm pretty sure Anthony Karen, Bob Lee, or Paul Graham will be over to update. And it's 7 bucks for Joey Lister, 21 after 2.
And there you see everything. Two marks to 1, so a slight advantage for
Josh Rios working on a spare. They gave him the nickname Donkey. Why, I don't know. But well, actually, I do know, but I'm not going to say it over the air.
I am very afraid to ask.
I'll tell you after the air.
Rio, look at this! He goes strike! Miss the headpin and he doubles! Are you serious?
You did.
He's spare on strike. He's spare on strike. Strike on spare, excuse me. Why is my strike smudge up? That's awful. Well, terrible call by the commentator, but that's another 20.
Did the after 3 plus 2 balls.
Now the strike smudge is correct.
Godwin is off.
Mercy. Mercy me, a powerful shot just ripping off the sidewall there, and there you go.
Godwin 29 after 3. Rio's working on a strike, working on 3 marks. He can easily get a 90 half if he puts another smudge up.
Here comes.
Rio with a 7 drop.
See, why bother with the head pin at this point? I say in jest. Still needs it.
Godwin with a 5 drop. Full horse pin on the left, 10 pin on the right. Piece of wood behind the head pin. Rio. Oh, just missed.
Thought it was going to get more of a trampoline effect off the wood. May have gone a bit low, I suppose.
Put a 9 in the strike. Godwin just off. Almost converts.
Why can't I get a bounce like that?
Rio with a 9. 68 at the 4.
Instant high 120 string, very good.
And a 9 for Godwin. 38 at the 4.
A little thing to notice early is that Lucky Strike has knocked down 6 more pins than Team Massachusetts now. It's very, very early on, so that could easily shift.
And let's not forget, Barbara's working on a mark, Susie's working on a mark. They can go either way. Bronze is up on 20. First ball in. Lisa triangle. Chris Bolver up on 19. Home leans is Leo leans like I mentioned. Chris is off. Barnes
Hit it.
leaves one standing. Still throwing the same ball as the last match. Chris is going for an out here.
Get those two in front.
Chris has the 1 and the 2, 1 and the 3. You should carry
Here
the
you go,
9.
Austin.
It's the 9 pin for Austin.
Very good. Matching the
that-
10.
Boy, did I call that? Or did I call that?
Let's go, Austin.
Effectively working at 9 a box right now.
It's still a very, very tight match.
All right.
I know it really doesn't look like it, but it is still pretty tight. Barnes with the 8 drop. Make it 9 maybe. Nope.
Yeah, Team of Massachusetts has 3 extra marks, but effectively only leading by 2, really.
Chris in the pocket drops 9. Sean McKinley is usually on the Lucky Strike team, but he's not bowling right now. Oh, look at
this! Oh, the ball's shot behind. Mercy. No, that one miracle of string is all you get. Bovair's try. Yes, spare.
First spare for Chris. 37 plus the ball for Bovair. And a 9 for Arson Barnes. Very, very close match.
That's right. So effectively, 1 mark is being gained by Lucky Strike in pinning alone right now. So it's making it slightly easier right now. Early days.
Let's go, Shoes.
Just Surratt versus Matt Susi. Susi's working on a mark. Surratt is open for the first 2. Two on the spare. Half whistle right side. Just Surratt. Oh, what a mix. At least a 1 and a 5.
Something about 19. I'm gonna have to realize. Oh,
Oh.
the wood wasn't the easiest there. It was
No.
on the left side, and if he hit the cap, it would have deflected away. So
9 for Matt and a 10 for Jeff.
another.
Jeff has a perfect angle on. He's at 30 at the 3.
Keep it up.
Matt is at 30 at the 3. So there's still the tie ball bus to box.
1 second. Oops. That is a spam bot. Let's get rid of that.
Susie drops 7. Surratt in the pocket drops 7. The 2 and 1 split, but Matt has a favorable lead with the 1, the 2, and the 4. Takes out the 2.
Put that 10 box. Sorry, I had to bust a spam bot, but just keep an eye on those 10s by Surratt to your point, Kevin. There's a definite possibility those pins could come into play later.
Right through the upright.
Need some more here.
And a 9 for Matt Susu. And an 8 for Jeff Surratt. 38 at the 4. 39 at the 4 for Matt. Dave Barber working on a mark. Nick Leach is open. 29 to 24 in favor of Barber with the mark.
I'm a pin light on somebody. Rio should have 9. Ooh!
Leach drops 9. Lisa 2. Barber in the pocket. Jessica special.
That's 4.
That puts them down, but not by much.
So
Nick with the spare. Oh boy.
So that basically levels the marks now that Dave has gone open in this.
Dave.
I have heard open also referred to as like a spare yet to be filled, and I'm trying to think if that's Canadian in origin, actually.
I don't know.
We might have some
Let's go, Nick. Rick.
Maybe we have some nice folks in the comments who could set us straight. Does open mean no mark necessarily? I think that's...
Yeah, open means don't mark.
Definitely down here, absolutely it does. There we go.
Nick with 5 on his spare. Barber a little full. He loses a 2 and 3 split. 3 and 2 split. No wood to help.
Oh, baby!
Yeah, roll for Nick Leach. All right, now you got 2 marks to fill. One for Chris Bouvier and one for Nick Leach. But anything can happen.
Good pins.
And Eve. $50 for Barber, $49 for Leach plus the ball. I'm so surprised Baker is still doesn't have a dead arm right now.
Aha! I was right. Look at Rob in the comments right there. Open a cannon means you're open on a mark. I knew watching those Jonathan Poen videos would help me out there. That's an underrated M of a channel. Jonathan Poan.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Baker was off the head pin, still drops at a 7-10 split.
Thank you, Rob, for that viewpoint, and hello to Billy as well. Absolutely agreed with your sartorial opinion.
Good, Joe.
Baker needs this.
Ooh, spun it over! And it looked like he was staying there for the longest time. He thought he had a shot.
Believe it or not, there's only one Canadian team still alive in this tournament. And that team is facing against Academy Links. Also on Kendall Pinball Network.
But what a Canadian team it is, tops in their division. Team Outlaws. Big hit!
The Lucky Strike was the top team.
That 5's getting extra encouragement. It's halfway over. Mercy. I guess not. Baker gets an extra pin, not DC special just right now. Ooh. No mark for Lister.
Baker just off.
So Lister is open or not open, depending on who you ask, with a 9 box.
And Baker is open with a 10. 2 open boxes.
That's how well interpreted. No mark. No mark meaning open. So here's how we see it: 2 spares, 1 apiece on the board.
It's a 29-pin lead in favor of Mass over Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike did win this tournament a couple years ago.
It's a name we associate with a lot of high-caliber bowlers, and they
Godwin with the Caleri.
only lost 2 strings throughout the week. Excuse me, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Oh boy. Rio off the headpin, but it leaves a mess.
Ooh.
Oh, nice bid by Godwin.
That looked like such good pin action, too. I think a piece of wood got stopped up on the way. Riopel.
Rio comes out with an out.
I keep forgetting to put the numbers here. Obviously, we're at the top of the order.
And 10 for Godwin, 48 after 5.
48, no mark.
And 76 after 5 for Josh Rio.
Don't want the pins to get too far away, but still with the really hot start. 76 half. I don't think we worry too much about that.
No. But it's still early, Greg. It's still early.
Still that same 7-pin gap in the pinning. Big hit!
Big hit by Godwin. Godwin needs to make this in order to keep Lucky Strike in. Rio just...
How's that?
Rio just buries the headpin.
We've seen
It's a 2-1 split.
We've seen a few opportunities get away here.
Oh, here's the spirit game.
Godwin was runner-up in a Pro Series event, the first one that was here at Academy, and he's got a spare. He was with Jimbo Ayotte in the doubles in the tournament that Dan Chenard and Steve Reno Jr. won, the first event.
You were here for that one, right?
That's right. I won't be here for the one this November, which you mentioned it earlier, Kevin, will be a 10-stringer at Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury.
I'm looking forward to that.
And Josh Reed.
I ball at Riverwalk on Monday night, and it's like I gotta go in, defend part of my turf, and hopefully I can go well. It's been a struggle this year.
Well, good luck and Godspeed with the 10-string tournament.
It's going to get me ready for the 20-string tournament in April.
Leda Lanes Easter Classic. The very same Leda Lanes that sponsors
Worcester
Mass.
with a half, Boville with a half Worcester.
On a mark, 39 through 4.
And of course, Bonds dropped 8, leads to 4 and a 5.
That's gonna go, bud. That's gonna go, bud. You got it, Austin. That's the one you make, bud.
Boville has a Caleri minus the 2.
It's good trampoline. Barnes had the power for it. By the sound of it, I don't think Paul Grant's the only one losing his voice. That was Captain Chuck DeRogers.
Well, I lost my voice last time covering a match all by
Hey,
myself.
Austin, this box right here.
9 for Boville, 9 for Austin Barnes. 48 to 45 in favor of Chris Boville over Austin Barnes box to box.
Do not lag.
Chris had a little extra carry, just 5. Austin drops the 7-10 split. He does have wood. Actually, this wood is actually more favorable than some of the wood we've seen on the 7-10 split today.
Yeah, I wish the piece in the middle weren't so deep. It looks like it's halfway down on the plate, which is going to make it difficult.
Boville just missed the headphone.
Been pinning well.
Oh,
Ooh, boy.
well, he sprayed and prayed, and nothing went. Good offer, though.
It just didn't seem like it was in a position to do a lot of damage. Just the way it is.
Chris with an 8 for 56 after 6. Barnes with an 8 for 53 after 6.
All right. Same margin of 7 pins on the pinning overall here. Taking a look at the mark situation, I should not have this smudge on the board, so
Jeff Surratt, there's the pocket, lose the 5-7.
just gonna take a peek at something. Yeah, Godwin's on a mark, and now Nick Leach is on a mark. There we go.
All right, you got a couple people warming up on the far left. Yeah,
It's Nick Cephalato for Lucky Strike is warming up.
yeah, I think that's it.
Susie picks a pin. 10 versus 9. Surratt with a big hit and a strike.
First mark of the day for Jeff Surratt.
And 19 and 20 have been a colder pair of lanes for everyone involved. Susie thought he had a better hit than that. Actually, it's a good hit. I thought that 5-pin stood. Instead, a 6-10 and a chance to match that mark.
As I said in the first match, you are allowed to sub out if you want to.
Spare.
You also have Nicholas warming up on 12 and 13 and 14 for Mass.
I'm sorry, Kevin. You told the folks, but I didn't hear it. Who was that?
You are allowed to sub out if you need to. If you feel like you're struggling and you can't continue, that's why you have subs in this kind of tournament.
That's right.
Nick
Leach
with a
6.
6.
Oh, boy!
Shot by Dave Barber. Backdoor Caleri.
Well, you remember that backdoor strike that Riopel had earlier? That's come up and see me
Nick
sometime.
with another spin. 3 marks on a row.
That's 4 marks in 5 boxes for Nick Leach and a chance for a 70.5.
You need marks. Lucky Strikes need marks.
They're getting them. They got 3 working. Let's see. Oh, look at this!
Oh, 9 fill. Oh, wait, whoa. Nick!
Oh, no.
Nick with the quarter Worcester.
That's a big swing. 9 fill versus 1 here. Lucky Strike gains a big advantage off that. Barber's pass.
2 in a row. That's going to help.
Suddenly, although look at this shot. That wasn't bad by Leach at all, and he can at least get out.
It's an interesting match.
Yep, good bounce back to get a 9. Avoids a further incident, so effectively a pair of 10 boxes. Current mark situation, folks, is 3 marks to 1 in favor of Lucky Strike. So this gap is much closer than it appears.
You have Eric Pelletier warming up as well. Baker with the full horseman. Joey with the 7. Side saddle triangle with Wood.
Also just wide. Baker had the angle, but not the placement just. That's gone! And Joey Lister has his second mark.
Joey Lister was on fire the last match. And Baker with a 10. 58 at the 5, 58 half. You have a chance at over 60 for Joey Lister for a half. Working on a spare. Baker just off the headpin. Lisa Caleri. No Wood.
Oh, big hit!
Lister with a 7.
Happy with the 7 anyway.
That's going to increase their lead a little bit.
Look at this!
And a Caleri goes for Sean Baker.
That leaves going with some frequency now. The end cap bump. Lister, send it over new. Chris Bover shouting encouragement.
And you also have Freshie encouraging his team as well. And you have Josh Rio against Dave Godwin coming up. Now look at our scores. Our scores are correct and confirmed. It's a 20-pin lead in favor of Naz, but 3 marks to fill for Lucky Strike. Rio's already pushing over 130. Rio in the pocket, draws 7. Dave Godwin on his spare, draws a Caleri.
Never say never with this one.
Nope, we've been seeing it go. The lanes are starting to wake up, which is a good thing, but.
Oh, Rio. And it came back. He nearly got another backdoor action. Because that's how grammar works. Chop through on the Caleri, did Godwin.
Takes up to 110. And Rio with the 10.
7. That 10 box picks up about half a mark. So
The lead
Riopel
is in favor of 18 for Mass. 348 to 330. You still have 3 marks on the board in favor of Lucky Strike. Surratt is working on a strike. Barbara's working on a spear. So is Sean Baker. Susie is also working on a spear. Rio buries the
Look out.
pocket. Oh, look at this. Is it going to go?
10 pin. He got encouraged again, and
There you
Riopel
go.
has his
Wow.
3rd strike in this string.
A 106 at the 8. Wow, talk about encouragement.
Talk about a working ball.
Not just that, also encouragement. I didn't think that pin was going to go.
There's a back pin back there. 8 pins hiding. Godwin got it, but not the 9. Nine.
9 for Godwin, 79 at the 8. They're down, but they're not out of it. It's still very, very doable to come back.
Go Austin, Rio.
Chris Bovier up on lane 19. Austin Barnes up on lane 20.
Well, it's good to see Riopel in good spirits. The game needs that. That's on there. A little straight-ish on the pocket, so
Drop 7.
more planks in front of a split.
Chris.
That's
Wow. Wow. It was better going down than what he.
hard to get 2 pins to cut across unless you can cut it right in that pocket and it angles the right way. How's this? Oh! Mercy! Austin Barnes with a trampoline beauty. This would be some
Oh,
shot.
nice.
He got the wall bounce, and Bover left the 8 somehow.
Chris is like, I can't believe I almost made that.
I think he was half expected to. It's amazing how often these pro bowlers get disappointed after they don't make these horrific leaves. 10. Well worked out.
It worked out in the long run for him.
Christmas time, baby. Christmas time.
If you just heard what Rio just said, he said it's Christmas time. That's in reference to Jim Carrey's character on Dumber and Dumber.
That's off the wall. So instead of a half Worcester, well, 4's not going to drop, so it's 5.
Bovia leads a Cleary. I like Cleary's that we see.
That's not bad.
Almost.
Yeah, this has been a tough string for a lot of people, although Riopel, Leach, and then on the other side, Dave Barber. We're getting some success here. That's not
Is that
bad.
gonna go?
That pin's wobbling. And again, Bover has to. One pin short.
As again, why? An attempt for Arson Barnes. An attack for, a 9. He hit the cap. 9 for Chris Bovia.
One of those 9s are just like, anyway.
Anyway, I'm just not going to bother because I know I missed it. I hit the wrong part of the game. It happens.
3
As
more.
As I said before, Candlepin is a funny game.
Funny.
All right, yeah, Matt Susie and Jeff Soretta. Susie's working on a spear.
So that's on a strike. This could.
A 2 in the spear for Susie.
Boy, would you love.
One more ball to fill the strike. Susie with a 6.
Yeah, that was 2 on the fill, excuse me.
Yep.
The strike feels interesting. Surratt in the right spot. That's 7. Ball's coming back, so that's 9. Nice out. Susie out for 9, and that picks up 2.
And a 7 for Jeff Surratt.
So actually the pinning is completely leveled off now. Both sides have left 23 pins left standing on the plate. 22 pin match. Remember, this is 3 strings total pinfall. Susie's got a side saddle triangle. And remember also we got the other match in progress as well. Team Outlaws versus Team Academy Lanes. As we bring you this action live from Academy Lanes. Both bowlers are...
Susie with a spare.
I'll take the smudges away first, I beg your pardon. That was not bad. Ooh, boy.
Almost.
So it's mildly frustrated here.
Jeff with a 10.
Soon as this will update, we can see that. 81 to 80. And now 2 bowlers for Lucky Strike coming up on marks with a chance to close the gap now and challenge Riopel and Susie to put good bonuses on their strike and spare respectively. Nick Leach. Big hit!
Drive 8.
Oh, crossover
Bobber on a spare. Drive 7.
Go, Nick.
86 through 6. That does bust the 120s. Yes!
And another spare for Nick Leach.
Leach has his 5th.
Bobber way right. Looks like the boss will dive his in.
Leach does have an 11 box, so you want to dump a lot on this mark in the 7th. However, doesn't want to give anything away.
Nine bucks for Dave Bobber, good out. 95 after 7. 398 to 414.
Big bonus! Does Leach have 9? Just 8, but the plank is right there.
Everybody's encouraging a piece of wood for Dave Bobber to move out of the way.
Oh!
What an offer by
Did you
him.
see where that hit, Kevin?
I think he hit part of the cap. Bobber,
Opportunities get away here.
and a 9 for Nick Leach. 102 after 8.
Yeah, these are great strings working for each of them. And again,
And 9 for Dave Bobber. 104 after 8.
and Kevin, we've mentioned this before, how often this is now their 14th match all throughout the week here at Worlds in Academy Lanes Haverhill. They have... These strings don't get easier as you work through them, do they?
No, they don't. And plus, the more you bowl, the more tired you're gonna get. But let's not forget, Lucky Strike had the bye for the last 2 rounds.
Of course.
So they should be fresh, but it's not looking like that.
Well, a bit of a break anyway, that's for certain.
Oh, look at that! What a shot! Joe makes the diamond. Baker just off.
We know how tough those diamonds can be.
They're not your best friend in Candlepin, I can tell you that. And a 10 for Baker. Well, we have a minute. I'm Kevin Burns along with Greg for Candlepin Bowl Network. Bringing to you live action from Academy Lanes at the Worlds.
And I guess I'll say on behalf of everyone here at Candlepin Bowling Network, thank you for getting us to 1,000 subscribers, which is just an absolute dream come true. I know YouTube would probably scoff at it, but we are just beyond grateful. And on behalf of Bob Lee and Paul Grant, who are over there as well, and of course for Kevin Burns as well, we thank you so much.
If you have any questions about Candlepin Bowling, you can ask on Candlepin Chat on Facebook. we'll be more than happy to explain to you how our game works and where you can try it out.
And then he'll be asking me for money next week when he's not working.
Oh!
By Baker,
That's off the wood on the right side.
they needed that. They needed that.
And off the wall, what a gem by Sean Baker.
They needed that. Boy, did they need that. That just brought it down to that part to lead down a little bit. All right, here's our scoreboard. Everything is confirmed. Rio's working on a strike. Susie's working on a spear, and that spear you saw Sean Baker make. All right, back to the action here. Going on the line. It's the pocket, leads 7. Drop 7, leads the 3, 4.
Riopelle has 3 strikes already.
Oh boy, right through the middle.
The old getting better at hitting the head pin thing. Look at this sweep side to side.
Oh
That
my God,
7
how
pin
the-
got bumped. And Lucky Strike is apoplectic that it didn't go down.
That was down too. It started leaning. It was leaning like this, but it just didn't. Oh boy. I thought Leo was going to lead Arson's Bonchart the Christmas tree there for a second.
It's a big sidewall hit by Riopelle because it puts 8 in that strike. So his average strike fill has been 9.
Darwin is a little miffed because he thought he got robbed. He should have had that spear. As you said, that was a spear they needed.
You never know what the sidewall action will do sometimes. But 26 pins is still 2 strings, I beg your pardon, still to come. That's dropping. 7 pin again
Are
is
you
wobbling.
kidding me?
I guess the
same
7
pin.
pin's glued down today.
I wonder if Teddy put super glue on the
That's gonna go, and Rio does get it, and he has his 4th strike. Imagine if they were consecutive.
You and I will probably lose our marbles.
Wow!
Garwin needs to make this. Garwin needs to make this.
God.
I was watching a match the other day. I was watching a match between Mark Ritchie and Dennis Nuzzle. It was after the scratch tournament at Palace Lanes.
I thought it was. That was a lively one.
I was at that one, and of course I'm laughing my head off with all the joking around they were doing. Garwin,
One thing's for sure, these bowlers will have a good sense of humor later, that's for certain.
a 106. He had to work for that 106.
2 marks.
Rio leads another Chesikov. I don't know what Godwin just said, but
Still failing to strike is Rio. That's a good hit, and that's 8. For a 140, he did it.
a 140 after a 140 string. And this ain't over. It's still a 26-pin lead in favor of Mass. But Baker is working on a spear, and Sousa's working on a spear. Chris Bovia on the line. Let's see if Bovia has any magic on him.
He's put some magical tries on this.
Better
Again,
ball
just,
than that. It was a better ball than that.
he's bowling much better than the 75, that's for certain. Dropping through everything. So Barnes is the 2-4-7-8.
Well, Chris has been struggling a lot this year.
Yeah. This wood is just floating in the no man's land, so I don't know what Beauvair's going to possibly do with this. Thought he could cut it over.
He was going. That's what he was trying to
Only
do.
play. Only play. That how? Come on, 7.
Is it just me or the 7-pin being stingy on these 2 lanes today?
I'm only biased against the pins, folks. Good pin. Oh, it almost
Good
spun
pin.
over.
Good pin.
Go 11 is the chance now. Both bowlers did that, Riopel and Godwin.
Well, we're still waiting for the update on the Outlaws versus Academy Wings. I'm dying to see how that match is going.
I thought I saw Anthony a moment ago. Anthony Karen's been really helpful all day today.
Over in the pocket, drops 6. 3-1 split. Barnes with it. Bovia just had the same lead, but it's a little bit more favorable.
That piece of wood is in front, though. If that angle were there, but further back on the plate, I think it'd be a bit more favorable. Barnes has been very good today. He can do this.
Chris.
Bovair.
Is it-
Look at this!
Wow, what is
There's
that
the
by
break!
He needed that. Chris needed that. That's just going to give him more confidence.
I mean, again, he's been shooting much better than this, and he's getting his due. Now then.
Oh,
Is Barnes using that wood, do we reckon?
Barnes did use the wood, the one that was on the angle, but he capped it and just spun it and put it back closer to the lip of the plate. And that's a 97 for Arson Barnes. Bova is at 94 plus. 6 or better, and he'll have 100 for the string.
Riopel leading the charge for Team Massachusetts. That's why they've got the gap. That's why they've got the lead right now.
Bova puts 3 in a mark for a 97.
Fills a 2 and 3.
The 2 and the 3 is what killed him in that match. That 2 and the 3 feel were a lot higher. He would have been around a 120 easy.
Still plenty of time to make the adjustment. Jeff Surratt.
Even Jeff Surratt is struggling too.
Looking for a big head pin hit. Susi, if he does it here, would really help his cause. Got it all! Got it all! Strike on spare! And Dr. Seuss. Oh, Surratt got it!
They need, Lucky Strike needs marks.
Spare in response.
The strike here will help him out considerably. Surratt with a diamond, drops 6 in the spare. Seuss drops 6 for the first on his.
All right. Just off. Susi needs a few more pins to make the strike worth his while. 10 drop on the spare was big. 7.
7.
Surratt works out 10 against 107.
And Seuss with the 115 107.
All right. Now, here come 2 bowlers already in triple digits right now. Nick Leach and Dave Barber, left and right.
Let's not forget, it's a 3-string match. So plenty of time.
Trying to see where this lead is coming from, but it's pretty much just 5 extra strikes. It's the strike ball, Kevin. There's 6 strikes to 1 for Team Mass.
Barber has a clean shot at the 4-pin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could play the wood on that. I don't think I would though.
See a pin, play a pin, I'm pretty sure. Yes!
All over it.
Or-
Look at that. 114.
Played them both by some technical definition. Just full on that. Basically a half Worcester punch for Leach.
Yeah.
That's what Lucky Strike needed.
Sounds like Team Academy might be winning that match over.
That was a huge commotion over there.
I can't leave the booth, so I can't go over and look.
Big count required. That's not bad at all. That's very good. 2-pin won't go.
You want to keep the 2-pin up.
These pins take some encouragement. And Leach with an encouraging shot to leave the 10.
That 7 fill should help.
Yes!
All over it.
That's-
There we go. 2 marks in a row.
And 6 overall, 3 pairs of marks for Dave Barber. That's gone. A little nervous. I thought that wood might spin out there. But Nick Leach has his 6th mark.
But here's the thing. Barber is keeping his team in the match. That's what a good captain does. You got to try and keep your team in it. If you don't keep your team in it, you're going to fall into a hole.
Big hit.
Look at that.
140. The wood's
Whoa,
rolling.
is it going to go?
Question of 1 pin. And that was a.
131.
And while our eye was on that, Nick Leach drops 9 of his own to tie it.
A 131 for Nick Leach and a 140 for Dave Barber. Sean Baker working on a spare. Baker,
Oh, look at this!
some backdoor action there.
The mystery ball gets 9. Strike! Joey Lister!
Joey Lister with the spare, with the strike.
Gone.
Baker with the spare. What an answer.
It's the 7 strikes to 1.
And a 26-pin lead going into these 2 shows in favor of Nats.
20 marks to 16.
Baker,
Big hit!
big hit.
Lister wants that double to go. They've been throwing so many strikes, why not? But it doesn't happen. Still an 8 drop.
Baker with another spare. 3 marks in a row.
Hang on, folks, I'll catch up.
Well, listen with another, with a spare on strike.
Spare on strike, and we're heating up late.
Wow, this is
5 marks to 5 right now.
this is really close, folks. Baker. 6. No, 5. There's a sleeper.
It's 5, yeah.
Listen with a 7 for 124 to 138.
Baker only left 1 pin left standing on the plate right there. Same 5 marks as Joey Lister, who left 8 pins standing, and that's creating an advantage there. Let's digest quickly what's gone down. 19 pins the margin right now, if all is correct. Yes, it is.
And a heart attack for Kevin.
Winner of this faces the winner of Academy versus Outlaws. Outlaws and Lucky Strike, both the top number 1 seeds in their respective divisions.
Okay, I do have an update from the Academy Lanes and Outlaw Rise match. It's 640 to 589 in favor of Academy Lanes. Corey Packett threw a whopping 144.
Woo. 51 pins.
And that's from Anthony Karen's floor report.
This is Josh. Spare! That's Dave Godwin.
Rio with a 9. You're going to gain a couple pins back.
Oh! That's 9! Bell has a chance to pick up right where he left off. Godwin spare fill. It's a good one. That's 9.
Whoa. Watch that piece of wood coming back to the 10.
Ooh, boy, it looks slow, unfortunately, but it is going to nestle right there.
19.
That's gone.
Oh,
seriously? I thought it was a guide.
Roadblock.
My goodness. That's a spare.
2 in. Whoa. Here we go. Lucky Strike is now heating up. It's a 1 pin advantage in favor of Lucky Strike over Matt. Now it's.
That's harsh. Well, what great bowling by Godwin. I just forget to recycle the recording app between strings. My bad.
Barnes. Oh, jeez.
That is
Ugly.
3-5. Is that it? Just the 3-5?
That's just the 3-5. In candlepin bowling, we call that ugly.
Or something else, but we're not saying mass
Whoa.
The pin sweep now.
All right, here comes a malfunction.
So that will probably be a re-roll if I understand the rulebook correctly. We'll see what happens here.
Come on, Austin, take advantage.
So my understanding, Kevin, of the rule is that the box will be entirely re-rolled at this point. It was not on a mark, so at least the mathematics are clean.
Yes, he gets his first ball back.
This time, the replacement second box with a 2. At least a 2.
It took advantage of it. Chris has to wait because they're going ball to ball, box to box.
Much better first ball.
It was a much better first ball, but
Beauvair's letting him catch up, essentially. This is now Barnes' second ball.
well, with the lane resetting on you.
It's there! What a break! And what great skill to take advantage.
Really?
Beauvair.
Eight.
His slogan is basically "Give me a break" right now. He's putting some good shots on it.
Beauvair just missed his spear. He hit the object pin. There's a 7-10 split.
That's 9. And
Goes for a 9.
a manual ball return.
Just so people are clarified by the rules, when the machine resets, if you didn't touch a button or anything in that nature, if the machine resets on you, you do get your ball back. It all depends on what happens.
Going mark ace. That's 5 on Barnes' fill. Beauvair, that looks good. That's a hit.
It's a better split than what he's been getting, though. Mine says a cluster of 5.
This is a hay bale. Stripped out the back, too. Yes!
What a shot by Beauvair!
Incredible! Beauvair is in need to make his own luck mode, and he's good enough to do that. Against a 7 box, already picking up pins.
Never count Chris out. Chris has won the Easter Classic before. You cannot count Beauvair out.
I probably peaked the mic in the excitement. I beg your pardon, folks. What an incredible shot. 2-10 gone. Now Matt Susi and Jeff Surratt.
Susi, first ball. Josh 7 with a wiggly 2. Surratt. Josh 6 leads the check mark.
Sorry to step on that, Kevin. I was just going to mention the match is virtually tied at this point because Lucky Strike is 2 marks to none. You see the total pinfall updating at the top of your screen. Just
Susie
away.
went right. Susie wants that ball back. So Red takes out the 6.
So currently Godwin's and Beauvair's marks are what are standing at the moment. All right, Matt Susie picks up 2 on that.
Find that front one.
So the pinning is starting to shift, and now Team Massachusetts is 5 pins.
It's starting to shift more into Lucky Strike.
That's right, the marks, yeah, it's interesting how it's going the opposite direction here.
Well, we saw that the last match when Maria subs and Mass were born. It started shifting, but it shifted over enough where it went back into Mass's favor. That's why they're in the semis right now. Oh, so Red's gonna want that one back.
9 and 9 apiece.
And 9 for Matt and a 9 for Just
All right, come on, internet, let's go. We're recording, we'll keep going.
Nick Leach just 6. Ooh, Barbara right through the heart. Almost.
Oh, how about that? Actually could have had that side-to-side action, but the pieces of wood collided. Dropped pins.
And for 10 and 10. This is still pretty close, folks. Still very close.
All right. Looks like the internet is struggling, folks. We apologize.
We will keep on announcing while we can. Nick just 8, 9,
Hey, a strike!
and a strike for Dave Barber. 3 out of 5 bowlers have a mark going into the 3rd frame. And Nick with the spin. Sean Baker versus Joe Lister is up.
Ah, there we go.
Lister with a 9 drop, a wobbly 7. Baker all over the pocket, drops 9, leads the 7 pin.
There we go.
Well, Harry Tyler here said he appreciates all of our work. And a spin for Joey Lister.
Thank you, Harry.
We appreciate your comments. Baker's waiting for the work to stop. And it stopped just enough. He's going after it.
Yep.
All over it.
Direct hit, not even on that side piece of wood. Good start for each.
And it's still a very, very close match. Peter Crawford chasing a ball in the gutter. Lister on his fill. Drops 7. The 4-7-10. Piece of wood against the 4. Baker drops 7 as well. At least a 1-3 and a 10 pin.
Spin it over, no.
What a bid. That would have been huge. Baker misses his. Time for And a 9 for big.
So you look at the scores. We'll take this away first of all. Sorry if my head's a bit in the clouds as we try to wrangle the technology here, but 3 marks to 1 you see. So Lucky Strike again virtually level here, depending on the outcome of these bonus balls, which hasn't been a guarantee, so don't count the chickens until they hatch.
Cluck, cluck.
Cluck.
Cluck, you gotta bring some calm in. Darwin on his spear. Drops not.
10!
Strike on spear.
3 marks in a row. Godwin off to a monster start.
This is the start he was hoping to have his first strike. Josh with the high-low jack plus the 3-pin. Wood on the deck. 2 pieces. Are you kidding me? The ball came back and didn't take anything. And a 10th for Josh Rio. 29 after 3.
All right, Godwin with a chance to grow a huge advantage.
How about a double? We only had 1 double for the whole entire day so far. Okay, he'll drop a Gary.
That's a huge hit for Riopel.
Rio with the 9 drop.
He had such a good first string and now a chance to start it up in the second as well. Godwin still filling the strike. No, 6.
6 on a strike for a 55.
Good shot here would protect that profit.
Rio makes a spare. And 8 for Godwin.
Good start for Godwin, already on pace for 120s.
Probably even higher. All right, Bovis working on a spare. 733 to 732. 2 marks to fill for each side.
Bover spare filling. Don't count those chickens just yet.
Bovier with 4.
Oh, yes!
Ralph with a strike.
They know it when they see it. Another called strike for Mass.
Bovier.
Just off.
Just off. Let's not forget, Barber is working on a strike, so they're not out of it. Bovier with the 10. Nearly that.
Yeah. Average spare fill of 3, but putting the ball in the right areas generally. Just not on those particular shots.
But right now, the match is in favor of Lucky Strike by 3. Barnes and Leach both have marks to fill.
And Riopel, though obscured from our view.
Yeah, him too.
So 3 marks to 1.
Chris drops 5, 4 horsemen plus the 6.
Boy, oh boy.
Arson punches
Still-
the Worcester.
Still filling the strike.
Bovier.
Decent pinfall, could use some more.
7 on the strike for Arson Barnes. Chris with a 9.
Hey, there's the out.
And Dizzy up 5 points. All right,
7 drop and protecting.
5 pins. But you have opens for Jussaret and Matsusi.
Surratt got the head pin and has a 2-1 split. These lanes are turning into a bit of a mystery for the bowlers, trying to find a way to crack on through. Susie just a whisker away. Can Surratt slice this one across? That one just behind the 7. Susie on it. Ten out for Surratt.
And 10 for Susu.
Sarah. Sarah. No, my color twice.
Down by 5. Robert's working on a strike. Nick Leach is working on a spear. Surratt all over the pocket.
More commotion from the match between Academy and Outlaws.
I'm dying to see what's going on. I'm waiting for Anthony to come back with an update.
Hey, spare!
Surratt makes it spare.
Of course, you can see for yourself that match is also live on Candlepin Bowling Network, to my knowledge. At the very least, being recorded as well. That's head pin. That darn inner pin. There's 10.
All right.
So right now, 26 marks to 24 in favor of Team Massachusetts.
But it's still a very, very thin margin. 5 pins separate.
2 marks apiece, so the lucky strike, one of them is a strike, so virtually a level.
Well, that will put you down by 1, depending on what Nick puts in his.
Spare Phil! Good one, it's 8.
Eight and a strike for Dave Barber. That will put him at 28.
So Leach's spare ball matches the strike. Not
Leach
quite.
with a 9. Nice offer by.
Well, I can actually get a chance for 10 here against an 8, which who knows at this point? That might matter.
7 pins is the difference. With 2 marks on the board, 1 for Josh Rio and 1 for Josh Sir.
Good shot, Barber. 3-6. Leach.
Leach out the heifer. Boy, something's really going on the Academy Outlaw side.
Hey, a
And
spare.
Barber with another mark. 2 marks to 1. Oh my God.
Woo!
That's. I'm not even going to explain that one.
Pin that.
Too full.
Don't punch through. That's a good shot. Again, a curious case. Get over 8.
Nothing you can do with that. Nothing you can do with that. 801 in favor of Lucky Strikes with 2 marks on the board to 806.
I updated that, excuse me. Mass is in the lead.
Yeah, thanks. But it's still a 5-pin lead. 1 mark, 2 marks on the board for Lucky Strike. So they're in the.
Ooh,
Baker with a 9 drop. He's a 7-pin.
wasn't immediate, but the 5-pin did carry back. That's off the wall.
7-10 split. Favorable word for the 7-10. Baker has a little bit of a guide here. Oh, he went wide left. Flashing not by much, but he just missed it.
This wood is available on the right side. Can Lister shoot it across?
He played it the way I would have. And 10 for Baker. And 10 for Joe. And it's still a 5-pin lead in favor of Mass over Lucky Strike. But it's still pretty much leveled up because you have 2 marks in favor of Lucky Strike to 1 mark for Mass.
Baker taking some extra time. Baker crossed over.
Mr. Steiner. Joey drops 5.
So as the universe should be, head pin hit and a bitter leave.
Well, Baker with.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Baker has an easier path to 10. 9's not bad at all.
All right, it goes up 10, 9 and 9.
Let's take a look. See here. 2 marks to 1.
So 5-pin lead in favor of Mass. But Mass has 1 spare to fill for Josh Rio. Jessera and Dave Barber both have a mark. Josh Rio with a 7 fill. Rio. 7 fill for Rio. Godwin almost converts.
And the front one, Dave.
And a 9 for Rio. And a 10 for Godwin. 73 half for Dave Godwin. 55 half for Josh Rio.
Godwin making an impression. Had those 3 early marks.
Kind of shifted over.
The most of anyone right now. The curious case of the 10-pin. Triangle number 4 and 10. That's there! And Godwin's right back on schedule. Chance for 130s already in the 6th box.
This is becoming a very, very close match.
And Lucky Strike has marks to work with, so the advantage is sliding over to them. Rio, oh my goodness. Imagine if that piece of wood had slid over just a little bit more.
Hey, was that the 7-pin I saw?
That's 10.
Chris Boville and Barnes are up. Actually, no, we have a substitution now.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, it was.
Bowling for Chris Boville is now Eric Pelletier. Barnes, straight through. So Eric Pelletier is going to inherit Chris's 42 after 4. Barnes punches out.
Need a fresh arm, try and see if he can piece this together. Lucky Strike is definitely doing much better now. Still trying to change the calculus and make the adjustment as we get to the halfway point.
Barnes with a 7. And a 10 for Pelletier to add to Chris's 42 after the first couple boxes.
So Pelletier comes immediately into the match, Kevin, and immediately starts off with a 3-pin gain.
Yeah, which is actually pretty good, I guess. It's actually pretty close. Barnes. Just off the pocket, Lisa. Oh, look at this. Go into the bullpen. Bring in a fresh arm.
It's a good pinfall. The 178 will be tough. That sleeves easier. Yes! Barnes has it! His third.
Eric Pelletier 2 full.
Eric ends up
Oh,
with 10.
9.
Still 10?
Nope, 9.
No, just 9.
I thought it was going to go. It hit a couple of times.
But what if was 10?
What if it was 10? It would be a nice shot. But let's not forget, it's only a 9-pin lead in favor for Mass as of right now.
My name got pulled, so I'm like,
Winner of this match goes on to the finals.
Against
Versus
either Outlaw or Academy Wings. But this is going to shift a little bit. Just Surratt is working on a spare. Surratt with the lemon drop. With a 1 and a mark.
That's not bad.
And Surratt almost converts.
Good pins, though. Susie's going to want a good third ball to match that. Not bad.
That's 2. Jeff with the 10. A rear 1 fill for Jeff Surratt. Seven pins is the lead in favor of Mass. We are, but in the game, Lucky Strike is up 12.
It's a curious one. We'll have to calculate the average fill on the marks. Usually you'd expect about 6.5 on a spare and about 8 on a strike.
Oh, we actually have a substitution. Barrington is taking over for Susie. They're trying to keep the first runs coming in because you want to. Look
Oh,
at
that
this.
10-pin.
They're trying to keep the green fresh runs because if you make it to the finals, you want to have your good guys. There's another substitution coming.
Barber bonus. Big one! It's 9 and 10! Strike on spare.
They needed that. They needed that. Right on time for Dave Barber, too. Nick with an 8. 54 a half. Dave Barber is working on a strike. Yeah, this match is definitely shifting because it's now 5 pins in favor of Lucky Strike.
And 2 strikes working. Strike! But not a moment too soon. Nick Leach back in there with a second mark.
Barber dropped 7 on his first ball. He's the 1, the 2, and the 4.
Lucky Strike, the veterans were desperately hoping for the pins to start coming back. This way it comes. 4 pin.
2 full.
You see Barber's reaction. 9 drop on the strike.
Not bad. But now, in terms of marks, is one mark apiece for the team. Lister is still bowling. Sean Baker is on. He's on the line.
Baker and Lister.
Baker bowls her up. Cleary.
Lister really turned that ball over as he let it go. That's 5.
Baker
Toss
with
across.
the
We've seen this 4 horsemen and inner pin leaf go many a time today. Lister shot a pin behind it. Good grief.
okay, Charlie Brown.
Good grief. Jet
And a
mark just.
9.
Baker was also just 1 pin off of making his. Ten apiece.
And a piece, so is This is really shifting over into Lucky Strike's favorite good. It's actually amazing how everything can change.
Currently, right now, if I've learned any lesson, it's definitely don't account for the bonus balls too quickly, although Team Mass has an extra one. Sponsored by Lita Lanes. 2.
I have Worcester and Cleary.
Lucky Strike and Lynn does not exist anymore, but will always be synonymous with great talent over the many years they've been in the worlds.
The Barber family owned that place, and it was housed many Hall of Famers.
Nine for Lister, that's a good.
That's a quality 9 right there.
Hey, what a
Baker with
10! So easy to punch through and get 7. Instead, Baker collects 10. And let's see where that leaves us. 2 marks to 1 right now.
I just got an update from Anthony Karen. Academy leads by 129 pins in their match.
So the probable finalists, I assume they must be at the halfway point as well.
They have to.
Never say never, but Lucky Strike with a certain lead right now. Well, they certainly
Well, they
have
have
the
the
lead.
lead.
They have the lead. Godwin has a
That's why
second
they-
shot.
That's why they give you 2.
Josh Riopel came off the bench in the last string for moments like this. That's strike number 5 for Josh Riopel, if you can believe that, in just 17 boxes. Godwin
An 8 fill for
takes out a bunch, yes. Sorry about that, Kevin. You were making a good point. That's good count on the strike. With a great
Very
working
good
ball.
5-7.
9.
And play the wood. Chris Bovier is coaching his team and trying to get him, keep him in the match. You gotta stay in the match. Keep making your shots. You gotta keep making your shots. That's all you can do.
Pins now. I don't think he wants the head pin to drop right now.
I keep, yeah, you definitely don't.
Not on a mark anyway, so worth more up than down. Rio's on a strike. Here it comes! Did he get it? Did he get it?
Nope.
The 10 pin remains. Godwin.
Got robbed.
Pin just wouldn't push back. There's a treacherous pin right there. That's what
Yeah,
Riopel's
it
looking
really
at.
is. It really is because
Sticking.
it's half on the lane and half on the in the gun.
Yes, fair! It hit it on fair territory.
And a 10 for Dave Godwin. 110 at the E.
Yeah, Godwin doing really well with his 2 strikes and 2 spares on pace for 130, and Riopel with a chance to get a bonus to get that same 130.
right, Eric Pelletier, who took over for Chris Boulevard.
Mid-120s, I should say, in Rio's case. 2.
Barnes with an 8 fill. That's going to give them the lead back. Actually, almost.
Just about. Plus Leach and Rio both have marks working. Everyone on Lucky Strike is open. Barnes knocked it off of both walls. Pelletier out for 9.
For him and Chris Boulevard, they have 70 after 7. And a 9 for Carson Barnes, 83 after 7. It's a 4-pin lead in favor of Lucky Strike. Pelletier with a 7 drop.
There's 5.
5 for
Barnes, yep.
Barnes.
Barnes has a decent lead. The 8 pin's hiding back there. There it is on the outside of the head pin, way out. Can still pick up pins here. Pelletier is
8 for
Eric Pelletier.
Eric Pelletier and Chris Boulevard.
10.
And 10 for Barnes. 93 after.
Don't forget, if you like the video, please like the video. Give me the thumbs up button. And hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Of course, this is the last day of Worlds coverage, but plenty more great bowling content for you to enjoy on our channel.
We have the step ladder coming up at Portsmouth on the 18th of next month. We have the Pro Series coming up in a couple weeks.
Berrigan put a good shot on that, ripped the 3 pins out, and that got a rise.
Sharp with a 9. I wouldn't be surprised if they sub
That's 10.
I won't be surprised if they sub out Jeff Sorensen because Jeff is way under average.
Had that 107 previously. Look at this! How about that?
Right on time for that. Right on time for that.
Huge hit for Jeff Surratt. And Lucky Strike's a chance to grow the advantage.
Barrington just punched an eagle.
Oh boy. 2 more for Jack. Needs an out.
We also have the ladies step ladder coming up, and I think what, January or February for Candlepins for Cancer.
Good out.
That's a 9. Real good out.
It's all open, but it's an average of 9.5 for every frame in the position that Jack Berrigan just inherited. Nick Leach on a strike.
Dave Barber's up. Barber punches a half with her left. Nick takes out 2. Takes out 2.
That's a gripper. Good pins for Barber, no mark. Leach needs more on the strike. Got the head pin. That's 9 on it. And the crowd aware of that and gives him a round of applause for it.
And that puts them up by 7. But Surratt's working on a strike. Rio's working on a spin. Back with the 9. Still 7 pins in favor on Mass. This is still pretty close, Greg.
Current mark advantage is 1-1, so 7 pins
Robert.
A stunner. Doesn't get the... Stuns the pins and the 5 doesn't go. Crossed over. Leach has the half Worcester pins left. What is there in the middle, which might help it?
Nice bid by Barber.
Not bad at all.
Barber's sitting at 103 plus the ball. Ooh. Barber with the 10, 104. After throwing 140.
That's it.
Leach with the 10. 7 pins. A lot is up for grabs right now.
There's a healthy crowd behind us, Kevin, right now of a few dozen right here, all turning up at Academy Lanes, Haverhill. Watch this semifinal match. Sean Baker in there, 9.
There's also a good crowd over by Academy and Outlaw.
Lister spun it in there, and he's twirled down 9 in the 6-pin stands. Big chances each way. Baker gets his.
But here's the funny thing.
Big boy. Yes! Lister spins around halfway down.
But here's the funny thing. Everybody's coming over here because that match down there is pretty much over. Academy's up over by 100 pins last we found out.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're watching the good match again.
I don't know why.
Lucky us. 8 drop for Baker. Plank's gonna sit right there. Thank you very much. 2 pieces technically. Lister's got the head pin. Likewise, he's got 8. But a bizarre leave. That wood looks quite horizontal, Kevin. What do you think for Joey?
I played the 2 on the corner and Giants cut it.
2 pieces of wood there. Yes.
Baker with another mark.
His 3rd. Spin it over. My
He
goodness.
did exactly what I said I would do. He tried cutting it into the 10.
And everyone on Team Mass is looking at each other in disbelief. That pin cut so fine. And a nice 10 for Lister. Gives us a chance to check on the scoreboard as we go down the final 2 boxes of this middle string. 2 marks to 1. So with good count, Lucky Strike could take over here. Neck and neck, and then it'll be 1 more string.
Good. The last 2 matches I covered between Maria's Sub and Price Wood Floors and Maria's Subs plot against Mass, 2 very, very good matches. It's been coming down to the marks. Rio with a 5 on his spear. You might want to take the scoreboard off.
Damn.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Garwin. Garwin has a similar lead.
Ribell jumps the pin around. Amazing how many times it gets overcut. It's so easy for the head pin to just fly away. Oh!
Shot!
The ball rains down from the heavens for Godwin. Hit the
We need that.
That's 10.
10 for Rio. Getting interesting. Getting interesting. It's really getting interesting.
We see that nasty red network light. We apologize, folks, but we will have this match recorded and you will be able to see it in full as soon as possible.
Oh boy.
This is a good one.
Rio flush on the head pin. Drops 5.
Ooh!
Oh, look at that! Psycho's pin!
He has been going so good. Second time this string he's done that. Not bad. Still a chance for 9. Dave Godwin on a tear.
Yeah, I didn't hear us cry about it. I just knew it was
One of the big reasons that Lucky Strike is growing an advantage. 8 for Rio, 118. To bring him up to a 2-string total of 258, averaging 129.
Dave Godwin has 2 balls to fill his mark. He's sitting at 140. It's a tied match going into these 2 balls. Godwin.
Would love another one. All right.
Oh. If he makes this, I'll be amazed. This is a difficult shot.
The question of pins. It's the last ball
Well,
of this middle string. Cuts it over. 8 is. 8's pretty great. 148 for Dave Godwin.
for a 2-string total of 254. 254. And it's a 6-pin lead for Lucky Strike.
There we go.
Austin with an 8-drop. Pelletier with a 4.
2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Ooh, my.
No luck. Right
Cut it
through
over.
the bunny hole.
Eric needs pins now.
Right in the face.
10. 7. All right. A safe shot.
Well, let's not forget, Arson had that mechanical issue that gave him a chance to redo his first box.
The pin setter came down too soon, as you were mentioning, and he redid the box and got that spare.
Worcester. Oh, a couple.
Half Worcester. Quick, someone hit the button. No one had hit the button on that, of course.
I would. I hate the half Worcester.
Paul Gransley's favorite shot. Ooh! That's a head scratcher. Still 6 pins left in the box. Hey, there's a shot!
By Pelletier. Pelletier took over for Chris Bouvier after Chris threw a 42 after 4. But Chris was struggling, so in 8-4, Arson Barnes for 111 for a 2-string total of 208.
Lucky Strike has a lot of hits to come, 3 of them, in fact. That's huge, and it's 10 for a 105.
Chris Bouvier and Eric Pelletier combined for a 105. The total for the 2 of them would be a 202.
Well, see if we can ride that momentum. That's the ball we have to focus on.
That's the Barrington took over for Matt Sushi. Sushi with a check mark. Barrington with a check mark. Surratt with a pocket hit, very thin. He leaves the.
Might have crossed over.
He leaves the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Boy. What do these bowlers have to do? The angles look pretty decent. Still filling the strike is Surratt. That's 8. The plank offered a pretty safe option out. 10.
Back on no break shit, kid. Cut! One on the bottom, buddy. One on the bottom.
And a 9 for Surratt. All right, the momentum has shifted into Lucky Strike's favor.
Definitely much more so now. Berrigan still can't believe he doesn't have a mark. He's been putting the ball in the right areas, especially just then.
And you can hear Cookie Richards in the background trying to coach him.
That's big.
No luck, and he's
Surratt's there, pocket side.
And it's like you just said, he's throwing a good ball, but he's not getting the breaks. Check mark for Jeff Surratt.
Now the wood moves away.
I would like to have a piece of wood for Barrington right here. Punches out the 5.
Gave it a ride.
Surratt on the check mark.
Yes!
For that.
Oops.
Surratt is at a 103 plus the ball, and 8 for Barrington for a 94 for him and Susie combined. That's going to bring you up to a 209 total.
Last ball for Jeff. In there. Yep, it's carrying, and he's carried out 9.
For a 112 for the string, for 2 string total of 219 for Jeff Surratt.
So you can see the advantage Lucky Strike is growing in this string. 54 up there and 35 overall in the match.
Leach with the 5 drop.
Of course, points in the standings were determined by how many strings these boys won, in addition to total pinfall. But it's just total that counts now.
Dave Barber just carried the 5 pin. It was looking like the 5-10.
On it, peels back the outer layer. Spare!
All over it.
Lucky Strike cheers it halfway down the lane.
Sometimes you just know when you make the shot.
Got 8.
Nick with an 8. I won't be surprised if we have a couple substitutions coming up. Because the match is getting away from Mass.
Still plenty of time left.
Yeah, but now you got to think about putting fresh on. 8 for.
Here comes this
look
fill.
8 on the spare for Barber. They're all coaching the wood to go back.
Yes!
Nick Leach with the mark. Needed that. It's at 110 plus the ball. Barber is shooting at the 9-10. He has a plink in front.
Yes!
Perfectly. What a shot.
Barber spun it on the left-hand side and made a brilliant shot. 132 plus. Barber is cooking with gas. He might have another 140. Leach is guaranteed at least an average of 120. Here it comes. Headpin hit. That's 7. And a 117. How's this?
7. 8 for Dave Barber for another 140.
Another 140. Yes.
For a 280 total.
There you go. Easy as you like.
Wow, talk about consistency. All right, Sean Baker's working on his strike. Joey Lester is open. It's an 80. It's a 46-pin lead in favor of us. Lucky Strike
9.
with a 9 drop for Joey Lester. Baker on his mark, a little thin, drops 6. 6 in the mark for Baker.
Oh, gee. 6 for Baker. I'll get that.
Oh, what a goal! Just missed.
My goodness.
Just missed. The wood rolled all the way back to the 10 pin, just went off the deck. A 9 for Lester for 102, and a 10 for Sean Baker for 109. Wow, when you talk about a comeback.
Big time turnaround, Kevin.
Really. Baker all over it. Drops
Perfect.
8. Drops 8. This is what happened last time.
The only safe shot, planks in front.
5. Baker
Yes.
all over it for another mark. A 119 plus a ball for Sean Baker. And a 9 for Joey Lisser for a 1, 11, a 2-string total of 235. Nick Leach threw a 248 for 2.
Come on, guys. Long way to bounce. Come on.
Baker with another 7 on top of the for a 126 or 264. The match is now in favor of Lucky Strike 1,219 to 1158 over Mass. Wow, what a string by Lucky Strike.
All right, let's make sure this network shows you this scoreboard just fine. Okay, we got that going. And then there you see the 2-string totals. Long look at this as Dave Godwin delivers his first shot.
Rio with a side saddle triangle. Godwin almost converts. Takes up the 5.
And unfortunately, we won't be able to access the Ethernet. I apologize, folks. Ten and 9. Those back-to-back. The double wood never goes when you want it to. There you see the scoreboard. Godwin's got Horseman left. This one's good. It's still busting up. And Josh Riopel has the 10-pin standing.
Gotta make this, kid. Gotta make it, kid.
Yes, there!
Firing all over it. Picking up right where he left off the last string.
Yes,
Rio
Rio
with
has it.
another.
It's been a tough match to this point right now. Pin's just a lot of head scratching, a lot of frustrating pin action. But they're sticking with it. Now, am I seeing this correctly that Team Lucky Strike is 12 pins in hand, basically, so they're gaining an advantage that way as well? Might be a sign of just underlying accuracy as well. Boy. 2-4-10 for Pelletier. Probably has the better chance comparatively. He shot the pin behind the 10.
This has been a real good match. I think we're going to see a couple firehouses in the finals. Pelletier with a 9. Arson Barnes with an 8. Pelletier took over for Chris Bouvier after the first parts of the last string. No, us guys.
High drop.
Pelletier with the solid 5-pin.
Barnes looking to start it up again at the pack of 5. Pelletier would love this. He's got it.
2 spares for Lucky Strike to the 1 spare for Mass.
Still the case. Barnes has hit the object twice now. Could hit it a third time for 10.
I won't be surprised if they start subbing out here.
Do something to keep the momentum going. That's 9.
It's almost 100 pin difference here.
There it is.
Jeff Surratt drops 5. Barrington drops a bomb. There's a
Big
drop.
time. Berrigan into the game and with a big success. Just as well.
And a 9 for Jeff Surratt. Let's see if Jeff can follow pace and keep the march going for the second box for the team.
How about another one? Did he? Just 9. Looked like such good pin action. Berrigan has a piece of wood lying right in front of the 5. Not touching it, but there.
Jeff Surratt has a real tough box. He needs an out.
Take care not to spin out. He's there.
Spin on strike. That's going up. Jeff Surratt with the 4 box.
Oh boy.
All right, I think we're going to have a substitution. I think Jeff Surratt is coming off.
Let me just.
Robert almost converts. Robert with the 9. Leach with the 9. Barber with the 9 and Leach with the 9. Barber all over the headband, Jack This drops to Cleary. Barber cherries it.
Cleary's gone today.
Not
On the
that
full
time.
side.
Not that time. $53 pins.
Right, so essentially, yeah, it's 4 extra marks essentially for a lucky strike. In terms of that explaining 47 extra pins, I mean, they've also lost 7 fewer pins, so that's basically a 5th mark. As the pinning starts to move in favor of lucky strike, which again is probably indicative that they're finding the range more.
Baker drops 9. Loses a 4. Lester drops 7.
Hmm.
9.
All
Just
right.
miss. Just miss.
Chance here. Ball's rolling across. That's got everyone going. Pin was moving too.
Baker all over in front of 10. Joey all over his side of 10.
Keeping the match there now. The marks are still 2-2, so Team Mass is going to have to start putting some together. All it takes is a few or a double strike.
The house is closed. It's forever now. It's a forever.
That's in there. Big time. 9 drop. Baker has a chance. Now then. Did Lister get the 7 pin? Yes, he did. And now he's got the 5-9. Baker, yes, spins the wood in.
3 marks to 2.
Oh! Wood spun out as he hit the pin.
Wow.
Don't take anything for granted. That's 10. And that's such a killer because the team of Massachusetts really wanted that. There you see it, 3 marks to 2. That should be on screen now. Buffering be darned. 3 marks to 2, so Lucky Strike continuing to build their advantage.
You guys take off?
Josh Rios working on his spear. Josh Rio with 6 on the spear.
Winner of this match takes on, at the current moment, probably Team Academy Lanes.
Oh, that's going to be a good match.
That's right, you do.
Godwin all over him. Just,
Slice the pin right in front of the 10.
well, we have a second. I'm Kevin Burns along with Greg for Candlepin Bowling Network. Bringing you the last match of the Worlds for Candlepin Bowling Network.
That's 9.
9 for Godwin, 9 for Rio.
That ball hit the pin in the channel, so a foul ball.
Okay.
Jimbo.
This has been a real good match, Greg. I don't know how else to say. Rio with a 7 drop.
Now then.
Oh, is that gonna go?
My goodness.
It was hit. It was hit.
Godwin's been going.
Godwin has been pretty well. Rio.
He could pin out 3-5-9. Let's put it that way. Spare.
Good place to leave it.
-1.
And
That's a 9. That's a 9 for Godwin. Ball went in the gutter before it took out the 7 pin.
very well, 44 through 4. So there you see that spare smudge for Riopel.
Just so people who are new to Candlepin, if the ball goes in the channel, knocks out a pin, that pin does not count.
Austin Barnes
Austin Barnes with the 7 drop, 2-1 split.
having a rough go of things.
Pelletier with a 9 kill on his spear. As I mentioned, Pelletier took over for Bouvier.
It's starting to heat up. The pin's in front. Don't spin out. Ooh.
Alisha is going to be broadcasting the finals. You can find that on YouTube. And 9 for Austin Barnes. And a 10 for Eric Pelletier. I don't know how else to say. I mean, Nass needs to mark in order to get back into this.
Simple as that.
But don't forget, Lucky Strike has been on fire the whole week.
That's there.
Barnes
8.
with a 5-10. Pelletier just off. Barnes just slid by the 5-pin, tried to cut it over.
Tough one. Crossover hit on Pellets here. Left the 5. 9 for Barnes.
35 at the 4.
And 10.
Pellets
Pelletier
hit.
picks a stick.
Pelletier 47 at the 48 at the 4.
Now the strike.
All
Now
right, we have a substitution like I predicted. Nick Zifalato is taking over for Jeff Surratt. He's going to inherit Surratt's 232.
Yeah, it's 43. Oh, it's the other way.
This is where you want to bring in a fresh arm. You're up by so much. You just want to keep your guys ready to go for the finals.
Berrigan is on the strike right now.
Crusher draws 5.
This is a weird one. This is 2, 4, 6, 7. Slices it over. Got 8 on it.
10, buddy, get the 10. I'll set up for you.
Or it was 6 on a spare, excuse me. I had it correctly as a spare on here, but not on the display. That's 10.
46 after 4, after 3.
All right.
One here.
Crusher is 8. 21 after 3.
And 9 pins dropped in the 3 spot right now. So
Let's go. I need this, kid. Come on.
Oh, Surratt just inherited just 13 after 2.
Not bad, buddy, not bad.
pins tumbling. Cephalato's got, I think, a center diamond, if I'm seeing that correctly.
Yes, it is.
Interesting. Berrigan has that plus the 6 and 10 as well. 5 pins hiding. That was interesting.
Ball came back and took out a couple more.
Slow it down, kid. Slow it down.
That's some wacky pin action.
You can hear Cookie Rich's coaching.
Against that diamond, yes!
Over.
Hit the right side of
Cephalado against the diamond comes away with a gem.
clip the
John Boudreaux removing the pin.
but it just blew it out.
That's how stacked your team is. Boudreaux's on the bench.
I'm surprised. Well, Boudreaux really didn't pull that much this week. That would be a 9 for management.
Lucky Strike only lost 4 match points, so effectively only 2 strings throughout.
Unbelievable boom. Unbelievable boom.
Leach is there. 2-7, that's doable. Big hit. And Barber, who has been going so well with consistent 140s, has a chance to get it started in the 3rd string.
Just missed.
Spare.
All right, the
And that's
match is 60 pins in favor of Lucky Strike.
Yeah, feeling is starting to set in here that
Lucky Strike will move on. That's the feeling.
might be that. It's 3 hits to 1 as well. Never know, though.
Hey, I've been wrong before. 2-1 split.
Leach leaving a 7 pin. Barber's got
Barber
the
with
hit.
the
He's got 8.
9. That's your pin fell.
He's got a lot of 19s today, Dave Barber has.
That's
Can
why
we
you
shoot this over? Ooh, he moves across the plate.
2 in a row for Barber. Well on his way for another 140 string.
120 is all he needs for 400, of course.
Yep.
And he's might well be on his way. Leach ends up with 9 for 39. 10, excuse me. Only one pin left standing.
And now we have Sean Baker working on his spear. Lesser drops 9, leads to 10 pin. Baker on his spear.
That's
Drops
8.
8.
Oh boy. Baker's got a big chance not there.
Not there.
But nonetheless, 67 is the margin.
You are officially in triple strike territory. Lesser puts 10 on that. Is still perfect through the first 3. Baker has left 1 pin standing so far.
In theory, I don't mean to say this flippantly, but all you need is 7 marks. You don't necessarily need strikes, but sure needs a whole lot right now.
Well, the problem is a lot of the good bowlers are now already bowled and took themselves out.
Ooh! Lister rips away 2, just left the 6. Baker's trying to cut it behind. Oh, he wins!
Wow!
Did the ball come back?
Yeah, the ball came back.
Unbelievable. Someone used the term wonder ball just now. As in, I wonder how that ball took it out. Lister only now gets a 9 box. He had 10s all the way prior to that. And there we see it. I've put the screen on here. If we could get a green light to let me know that you're all seeing this.
That's right. Only Baker can use his ball.
3 marks to 1.
Lucky Strike. One thing that's coming through crystal clear, Lucky Strike is here to play, and that's why they've only lost 4 points throughout the whole round robin. We can take that down now. Thank you.
9 drop for Dave Godwin. Let's see what Rio puts on his spear. In the pocket, drops 7. It's a 2, 4, 6.
And a spare.
Godwin with another mark.
Secrets of the Legends. How do you get that ball to work so well?
A lot of practice. Ooh.
We're going to put a good bid on that. Jump the 2 pin just behind the 6.
Like I said, this has been a real good match. But now it's more favor Lucky Strike. 4 marks to the 1 in favor of Lucky Strike.
Counts up 115.
And here's a little report. Academy Leans has up 115 pins in their match.
Yeah.
Probable finalists there then.
60 after 5 for Dave Godwin.
Godwin's probable to average 120. Riopel likewise. Not more to come back. The 2 pin won't stay. Will stand, I should say.
Looked like it was hit.
Riopel just off the 3 pin. That's 10.
70 after 6.
Roll across. Ooh.
Rio with the 69 after 6.
Austin Barnes and Eric Pelletier back up. Left and right. That's crossed over, so the 5-pin stands, along with the 7.
The piece of wood came back. It's now in front of the 5.
Barnes also goes all the way across. 1, 2, 7, 8.
How many times have we seen that lose?
All right, the wood's there for Pelletier. Boy, is it strange, though. Can he get it to shoot off the wall the right way? Has to try. It goes high, and the wood shot over.
He went too high. I think he hit more of the red line. Pelletier, no, Barnes hit the headpin. Nothing to show for it.
Another super thin cut. That's 9.
9 for Pelletier. For 57 half.
So tough to keep that
And Barnes with
ball
the
working.
9 for 44 half.
And a substitution. It will be Matt Nichols.
And now they're putting Matt Nichols in to take over for Austin Barnes.
For a quick second.
Well, Pelletier almost comes back and takes that. Nichols almost converts. And an 8 box.
I apologize, folks. I had to attend to some business elsewhere. There we go. Cephalano spare fill gets more. That's 8. Lucky Strike piling it on.
So far, all the substitutions that can be made have been made, minus other one, John Bujo. Especially up and over.
And just goes askew.
Harrington with Cephalano takes a 10.
I've put that on the wrong side, excuse me. 9.
$64-49 in favor of Barrington.
Yeah, Berrigan's having a good half here. Striking a spare and good pinning.
$14.98 to $14.23 in favor of Lucky Strike.
That's
Especially
there.
with an 8 drop. Barrington with Barrington drops 5. He has the half whistle standing, the one in the 6 and 10.
Freshy, as we call him, on the 6'10", not quite.
I don't know why they call him Freshly. I just
A riff on freshman, apparently, and the name just stuck forever.
yeah, probably.
That's 10.
Freshly took just the rest 13 after 2. Went 8.
Oh, that's 10. Count that 10. The ball took an eternity to... At least I'm fairly sure. No, excuse me. I'm confused. Jack celebrated that like it was a 10, but it's not a 10. Did the pin setter go down already?
Yeah, I think so.
Ah,
Once the sweep hits the plate, that pin does not count.
yep. I knew the rule and just didn't see what had happened there.
Barber.
By Phil, yeah. There, spare.
Wow. And a 10 for Barber. Barber is still on pace for another I-100 strike.
Yeah, this might be a possibility where it's possible that the bye advantage that Lucky Strike had, making it all the way to the semifinals by winning their division. They're a little fresher right now. You mentioned this earlier, Kevin, and it's having a huge effect with that Dave Barber strike.
And a 2 fill for Nick Leach.
That's a good one.
That's a good ball. Well, we did have a big crowd, but everybody dispersed. I think everybody's getting lunch.
Anticipation now
Yeah,
of the
everybody.
final.
Yeah. If the final is anything like this, it's going to be a long night on day.
But again, Team Outlaws, the number one over there, did not make it through, so or is highly unlikely to, I should say. We do not have a final result there.
I'm still waiting for Anthony to come back with another update. Last I heard, it was like 1:15.
Sean Baker, spare Phil, head pin, busts it up. Again, that was full-ish, but got great action off the wall, and that's 7.
Oh, you got away with it too. Joey Lister
Yep,
has the check mark.
that was a double tap.
Baker confers. Just missed the object there. Over it. So far, Joey Lesser has left one pin standing this straight.
Yeah, that's a curious one. Could have a 99 no mark in theory.
Baker with the Baker.
Yep. He's got it.
Oh.
Did he ever? Just
Baker,
that little bit extra, huh?
Baker was a 73.5.
Lister's got a good leaf too, although that piece of wood, we've seen how mischievous this wood can be, and it's right in front of the 3 and 6. We'll see.
Oh, Baker just missed. Front piece of wood, but he hit the one in the back instead.
Yes, Lister has it. That front piece wasn't on. Baker was right to avoid it anyway, so a 9. And we'll take a look at the full scoreboard here. And the gap is nearly 100. In fact, once Dave Barber fills the strike, that's all but certain. Remember, folks, Alley Chat will have the final. That will be live on YouTube at the Alley Chat channel. Featuring the winner between this and what is currently projected to be an Academy versus Academy over Outlaws win, but we will see.
Josh Rio is on the line. Dave Godwin has a 70 after 6. Josh Rio is 1 pin behind in count. Rio leads the Clary.
Oh, yeah.
Godwin leads
And Forster's right here.
the 5, 7, 8. No wood.
Just two.
Wow.
A 7 pin, gee whiz. Godwin didn't quite get it.
Now, Greg, I've seen a lot of good matches, but this one is almost like a runaway now.
Definitely. There's some Some opportunities getting away, a lot of bizarre slapstick, but in the end, a very clear winner between the two.
21-2. They just set up over there to do that. Oh, okay. Match is on 21-2. Pretty almost on.
But see, the headpin hits are there for Team Mass. You see it there.
Location for them to sit
But
up.
the problem is, it's all the splits. When you have that many splits, it's very, and they're not going. It's very hard to stay in a match.
Rio's trying to sweep it all across, doesn't go.
And Rio can't believe it.
2-5. Godwin has it.
I think it's safe to say this match is going to be well over 100 pins by the time Barber comes back up.
Probably. Barber, of course, a near guarantee to go 400. Let's see, anyone else? No, it's Sean Baker. Sean Baker
has a good shot.
Baker can pin out 386 right now. So yeah, when the match gets goofy out of hand like this, you start to look to the high scores to see who can really stand out on the score
What a
sheet.
shot by Nichols.
Big time. Why not?
Pelletier almost answered.
Pelletier wants in on the fun. He's had a spare in the second. Wants another one now.
Nichols took over for Hudson Barnes. Comes back and throws a strike.
Yep. Matching marks.
Nichols on his first ball for the strike. He doubles!
Oh, baby!
Nichols just throws a double strike.
Well, no.
Pelletier tries to answer. First 8 in the mark. That's our second double strike of the day, Greg.
Well, if Nichols keeps chaining them together, tall order, but now he's on there.
What a
Are you
shot by
serious?
Pelletier. Wow, spare on strike.
I'll just leave the spare smudge up on screen. My goodness.
Wow.
All right.
You got Jack Barrington
Matt
up.
will sit down and think about what he did, and now it's Jack Barrican and Nick Cephalotto.
They needed that.
Big double.
Come on, Jack up.
Barrington just missed. Hit the
Just
cap.
off. Stumbled on the cap, and he's bemoaning that.
Oh, look at this. Frenchie.
Cephalotto, yeah, bouncing the pin over. Good 10.
Good time. That's a quality time right there.
And 10 there.
Well, that was a 9.
Excuse me.
9. 9 for Frenchie.
Not sure how I magically obscured the 10 pin there, Kevin. Big hit, Berrigan. 10 pins there. The planks are just going to sit put. Sit tight there.
Frenchie draws to Caleri.
Keep it on the lane, that's all.
Trying to drive that wood all back. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Gotta have a sense of humor about how it's all going. And 8.
8 for freshman, 76.
Let's go, Nick.
All right, Dave Barber's up. Dave Barber's working on a strike.
No, it's up to her. It's up to you, Hands. Don't tell my wife that. She doesn't know? Don't you tell her?
At least just wide has a Caleri.
Barber,
Barber, strike Phil.
Still tell her.
7 for the first ball. I'll put him at 80.
That's not bad. She's got good pins there. Barber's trying to sweep it over. Nope, not the 7.
Marty,
But 9.
yeah. Barber with an 82 after 6.
And 9 after all that. Pinball wizardry.
1.
$91 for Barber. Yes, Barber can still pin out 400, but lose more than 1 pin to do it. Another mark is probably his easiest way. John Baker, we're still on 400 alert with him as well. He's up to 386 pace. Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Barber just punched her a quarter Worcester.
Leach is there. There's some treacherous wood in front, but he's got it.
There's only like the only picture. Oh yeah.
Barber wants pins now.
He's chops out and sushi's out. And it is
And a
10.
10 for Barber. Barber's at 101 after 8. You know, that 120 string he needs for 400 is on play. All right, Joey Lesnar is up. He's working on a spare. Six in the spare for Joey Lester.
So disheartened. I thought the Wi-Fi would work much better than this, but we'll have it re-uploaded soon.
Baker with the lead.
Found a way.
Joey just 4.
Baker looking for a few marks for 400. He could get that one here with the 10 pin. Oh, we got away.
I think we are going to get a 400.
You gotta look down for your nose.
There's 10 for Lister. Another 10.
It is a 9 for Baker. Baker is at 99 after 9. It's 1677 to 15 over match.
2,500.
All right, last 2 boxes are coming up for each side. We do have a couple marks up here to fill.
Go ahead.
Dave Godwin's on the line. He's looking to fill a spare. Godwin provided in the mark. Bring him up to 94.
You're doing well, very well. He can pin out 368 now.
Yep. Another mark, he might have a shot, but
Rampell's been doing well also. 365 he could pin out. Tops on the team, in fact.
nice offer on Godwin. little too full. And 9 for Carwood.
Godwin has had 3 strikes and 8 spares and 14 pins down. Riopel 9.
We're better than that. Oh, it
Ooh.
is better than that.
Rio there, he's busted it up. He's got 2-4 working. Must be a little careful here, but the wood cooperates. Godwin's got a spare and a chance for 120. Chance for a 370 triple, in fact. Rio's got his.
106. Darwin punches a half booster for 115.
No, they're talking trash. Sweep it over. That's 5. 369 for each of them, in fact, a 123 average.
Wow. Well, they were tied for most of the match, though.
So the leadoff slot's tie.
Pelletier has a 3-pin lead over Nichols, but Nichols is working on a double strike. Pelletier
Sparefield's a good one.
drops 8. Is this? Oh, look at
Hang
that.
on, it's mixing. It's mixing.
7 in the first strike.
This could be pretty if it goes. Push that wood into the 10. No. Nichols.
Nichols 9 in the second strike.
There's wood coming back. Hang on a second. But it didn't hit with the red line. Might have been too slow anyway. That's 9. And that's 9.
Wow, 30, almost 30 pins coming back. Pelletier drops 9.
Pelletier is going now. He's had 2 marks in his past 3 boxes.
Nichols drops 9.
Nichols also has 2 marks in his past 3 boxes. And
Pelletier with the spare.
his 4th.
And Nichols with the spare.
His first spare.
Not to mention the double strike he just had. 1730 to 644. Pelletier puts 7 in his spare for 127. And Nichols throws another strike. That puts him at 129.
Well, if he wants another, he'll have to come back another day when Academy is open next. 129. And
Wow.
that slot between him and Barnes combined for 337.
Wow. Wow. Pelletier goes 329. That's a count with him and Chris Grove there. Barnes and Nichols put up a 337 together. Freshie drops 4. Nick Leach, no.
Oh boy.
Barrington is getting a couple extra. Drops 6. Everybody wants the other pin to fall. Oh, Freshie. Nice offer, though.
And spare, yes, it carried through for Berrigan. 109 through 9.
Especially like 10.
Yeah, it was a difference of 5 pins in the pinning department. 5 more pins have been knocked down by Team Lucky Strike. Just a boatload more marks. 52 marks to 45. Zuffalato, triangle number 3 maybe, unless the wood knocks out that 5. Yes, it will. How about the 6? No, it won't.
We're not that lucky.
Berrigan.
Berrigan won. Nickel Sherry's it.
Ten.
10. A 96 for him and for Zuffalo and Surratt for a 3-string total. Barrington went 332. That was also with Matsusi.
All right, so Barber needs 19 for 400. Okay, we can just do that. That's fine. Be that way. I was trying to build up some suspense here, Dave, and you just go and wreck the pins anyway. Good fill for Leach, that's 6.
I can't even get what I was going to say.
That's a spare.
Nice spare by Leach.
His third can get into the 110s.
If Barber throws another 140, that would be unbelievable.
He'll need a lot to do that.
He has room to do it.
He would need this strike right here. Gee whiz.
He almost does.
All right, that's 400. Congratulations to Dave Barber on that.
Nick Leach draws 5 on his spare. Barber just misses.
Oh, no. That's 9 on the...
9 on the strike.
Ooh. Crumbs. That's 9. And Dave Barber ends up with 409. And a Nick Leach 755.
All right. Well, it's like almost 74 pins that Mass needs to make up. But with the way Baker is throwing the ball right now,
Big hit. Baker, we need 2 marks for 400. This is a good chance at 1. Yes.
all right, Mass is actually officially congratulating Lucky Strike over their win. So Lucky Strike is going to advance to the finals. Whoever wins the Academy Outlaw match. But I think it's safe to say it's going to be Academy versus Lucky Strike.
Baker tossed 4, so I believe that was going to miss 400, unfortunately. Lister at 7. What was that?
And Baker with the 4.
Ah, phooey. They threw 2 4 boxes. They won. Congratulations.
Wow.
Team Lucky Strike. Let's put the full scoreboard on one more time. You see him here. Lucky Strike wins that last string by 5 pins, essentially, so status quo. So Elatier and Barber with 120, so is Nichols and Berrigan. And scrolling down here, we see the 409 by Dave Barber and the 381 by Baker. And Riopel and Godwin both at the top slot with 369. We'll sign off here, Kevin, but pleasure working with you as always, and pleasure to have you all here as well. We are going to get that hidden. Anyway, thank you very much. This has been Candlepin Bowling Network.